Well, once again, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don back in here with you. We had a power outage up here at our studios in the northeast Georgia mountains, but it was just about a 30-second outage, and all of our backup systems held in place. Actually, it was a pretty good test. We've made some recent changes for our emergency power setup, and so that was a pretty good test. We did not go down. Everything is still up and running. So I'm back with you now, and we'll continue our discussion about the possibilities of severe weather this afternoon across East Alabama and West Georgia. So this is a brand new mesoscale discussion that was just released from the Storm Prediction Center. And this is basically the meteorologist at the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. This is their thought of where the severe weather may be over the next several hours across the southeastern United States. And they're telling us that the severe threat is increasing, with damaging gusts and large hail being the main threats. The convective trends are being monitored for the need for a weather watch. So we may see a severe thunderstorm watch coming in the next hour or so. For those areas inside that blue circle that you see there on your screen, that would be basically from Birmingham north in Alabama up in Tennessee, basically from Tennessee back over to about Waynesboro south, and to the east about Asheville or Gatlinburg. And then in Georgia, northwest Georgia, basically from about Rome up to around Blairsville and up to the north and west in the northwest corner of the state of Georgia. That's where we would expect to see a severe thunderstorm watch, which may be issued here in the next hour or so. And then as we get into the late afternoon, we could see that thunderstorm watch expanded further south and maybe even further east as well. So everybody across East Alabama and West Georgia, you're okay for the next couple of 2-3 hours. And then as we get past 3 p.m., 4 p.m., maybe even 5 p.m. this evening, we could start to see some pretty strong thunderstorms across our area. Hello, Dogwood Circle. Good to see you in here, Mr. Cody. And so let's go back over to our Southern Union State Community College live Doppler weather radar, and let me get over to, there we go, there it is. Let's take a look at what's happening out there right now. This is in Alabama. This is up to the north and west of downtown Birmingham, very close to Jasper, Alabama, which is northeast of Tuscaloosa. We are beginning to see storms pop up here near Parrish, Alabama, Jasper, just to the west of Summerton and just to the northwest of West Jefferson. And then over in extreme west Alabama, north of Millport, south of Sulligent, near Vernon, Alabama, we see some thunderstorms beginning to develop there as well. You see these small cells to the southeast of Haleyville and northwest of Hamilton. That's up in northwest Alabama. There's a big thunderstorm now just north of Decatur. I've actually issued some special weather statements for this area near Athens, Alabama, and right up there along the Tennessee-Alabama state line to the southwest of Hazel Green. And then up in Tennessee, look at that. Now, we're looking at this off the Birmingham radar, so these are really showing up good up there in Tennessee. So we've got some big thunderstorms near Lawrenceburg, just to the southwest of Lewisburg, or west of Fayetteville, Tennessee, beginning to populate up there. And then as we zoom out, again, the convection doesn't look that bad because we're looking at this off the Birmingham radar. Big thunderstorm warning up there around Cookeville, Tennessee, near Rockwood, just north of Athens, Tennessee, just to the southwest of Knoxville. Let me just go ahead and see if we can switch to the Knoxville. There we go. Let's look at Knoxville. Yeah, pretty big thunderstorms up there. Look at that. If you're anywhere just near Maryville, Tennessee, that's some big ones there. Just to the west of Sevierville. If you're up here in Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and you're going to be traveling home, in the next couple of hours. You're going to be in some rain. Big thunderstorms coming down, headed for Gatlinburg, Sevierville, and again points to the west up here along I-40 from Knoxville, pretty much all the way back to Knoxville. Excuse me, Knoxville, all the way back to Nashville is what I'm trying to say. Big thunderstorms up there in Tennessee, and that's the kind of stuff. Excuse me. And that's the kind of stuff we could see down here in Alabama and Georgia later on this afternoon. Now, this MCS or mesoscale convective system that's up here around Knoxville back to around Nashville is sliding to the south-southeast. So that could be a threat up here in northeast Georgia in a couple of hours. And a lot of folks watch us up here because that's where I am. Be sure that you pay very close attention to this and be weather aware as we go into the afternoon hours. And then those bigger thunderstorms across southern Tennessee will be sliding into northern Alabama. And eventually, all of this could end up down here around East Alabama and West Georgia. We put this into motion and kind of give you an idea of the direction of movement. Here's Roanoke, Alabama. Then look back up to the northwest or just northwest of Birmingham. You see that big thunderstorm coming through Jasper now. That will continue to grow in size, in intensity, and that whole area will continue to see more of a coverage increase in thunderstorms as we go throughout the afternoon. In case you missed our live just a few moments ago, I was talking about the weather forecasters are really beginning to get a little bit concerned for this afternoon because initially we thought we were going to have showers and thunderstorms in the morning hours, which would keep our afternoon temperatures at bay. That did not develop, so temperatures are soaring out there this afternoon. We've got temperatures well into the 90s across most of Alabama and Georgia. If you're not there, you will be shortly. And that high temperature and the high humidity levels that we've got going out there could really help to fuel these thunderstorms as they move into Alabama and Georgia later on this afternoon. So let me go over here to the chat room, see if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns. Deborah's watching us this afternoon. Barbara's watching us from E-Town. Where's E-Town, Barbara? I could name a few that's in E-Town. We've also got Renee watching us from Lineville. Let's see. Mickey Nord is in there. Kathy Pike, thank you. Folks, you'll see in the chat room a link that's scrolling that says Facebook users, please go to. And then there's a link right there. If you're on Facebook, you need to click on that link and give Restream, which is our streaming platform, permission to show me who you are. If you don't, all I see is Facebook user. So if you're on Facebook, this does not apply to YouTube. Only if you're on Facebook. Please click on that link and give Restream permission to show me who you are. Let's see. Mook, thank you. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you, Shane. East Napoleon in the house. Heating up and getting extremely humid. That's correct. That's that pot about to start boiling on that stove. When should I get my laundry off the line? Hey, I know what you're talking about. I grew up. My grandmother. I mean, she had a brand new Sears and Roebuck fancy dryer. I don't think she ever turned it on. Those clothes went outside on the clothesline in the backyard. Yeah, you're okay. You know, I mean, with the humidity levels the way they are out there, I don't know how fast your clothes are going to dry, but As far as rain and thunderstorms are concerned, yeah, you're okay at the moment. We don't have anything relatively close by, but that will be changing as we go throughout the afternoon. Yeah, so Charlie Ann is asking, what are the times? We can't. I mean, if anybody starts telling you what time it's going to rain at your house, they're pulling your leg. They don't know. I think our chances of rain across East Alabama and West Georgia, and I'm talking about our core counties of Talladega, Clay, Randolph, Hurd, Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, Lee, Troop, and Harris, probably after 3 or 4 p.m. this afternoon, and I'm talking in Central Time, add an hour to it if you're in Georgia. That's the best opportunity. I think the risk will be ramping up tremendously by 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, but a pop-up thunderstorm could happen at any moment, anywhere across East Alabama and West Georgia. Thank you for sharing and tagging folks. We need to do that every chance we get. I invite every one of you to share our live feed and our Dr. Don's weather page on Facebook and even over on YouTube. Share it with your friends and encourage them to like us and follow us so that when we do go live for severe weather, they'll know about it. And let me tell you something, you Facebook users out there, this is very important. Even if you watch us exclusively on Facebook, you got to go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our channel. It is free. And make sure you click that bell so that when we do go live to cover severe weather, you'll get an automatic push notification. Facebook doesn't work like that. Sometimes you get notified instantly. Sometimes it's a week later. and that does you no good during severe weather. So you absolutely have to go over to YouTube. If you don't have an account, look, it takes literally seconds to set one up, and then follow Dr. Don's weather over on the YouTube. We're looking at some things that may be changing here on Dr. Don's weather in the foreseeable future. Let me tell you that our website is down at the moment. We're doing some maintenance work over there. So drdonwx.com is inoperable at the moment. But we're looking at doing some things in the future where you can follow us off of our website and make things a little easier for you to follow us. We're also looking at the possibility of doing and we're looking at it pretty strongly, a subscription-based live video feed over on our website. Now, we'll still go live on Facebook and YouTube when we have life-threatening weather. But we may do something in addition to what we typically do, and we may offer it on a subscription basis over on our website. It'll be extremely affordable, but that'd be a way to help support us because, folks, yeah, it costs a lot of money to do this. I'm telling you it does. That radar that you're looking at right there is not off of the National Weather Service site. That's a proprietary radar data that's coming to us via a subscription that we have to pay. And of course, we have all these internet. We have redundant internet backup systems. We have emergency power we have to pay for. The equipment. There's just tons of subscriptions and computer equipment, just all kinds of stuff. And it gets pretty expensive. But it allows us to give you the weather coverage you deserve for East Alabama and West Georgia because the Birmingham and Atlanta stations they can't do that in a wall-to-wall long-form type setting. We can, and that's why we do this, and we're going into our 4th year of providing you with severe weather coverage for East Alabama and West Georgia. You're welcome, Facebook user up in northeast Alabama. We watch that part of the state for sure. Coosa County, hey, Amanda. Paige Roberts is in the house. She's watching us from Lafayette. Joyce Hill is in the house. If for whatever reason you don't want to give Restream permission to show me who you are, do what Joyce just did and at least type your name before your comment so I know who you are. Or if you don't want me to know who you are, just type where you're watching us from and then your comment. Hey, Angie. Abanda is in the house. Stop by that little eating joint there in Abanda and get a fried catfish plate and enjoy it for me. And tell them they need to be on Dr. Don's weather. Been after them forever. That is some fine food, a cool atmosphere, and a neat place there in Abanda. More folks ought to know about it. I slipped in there a couple of weeks ago and had a little breakfast. Hey, Kimberly and Rock Mills, Tin Shop, Potash Ridge. Thank you, Shannon. Hey, Judy Morgan, good to see you. Wadley in the house. Hey, Stacy and Steve Avery. Glassy Mountain Weather Tower. Not real sure. Hang on a second. I've heard of Glassy Mountain. That's not right here in my immediate area. Glassy Mountain is in the Chattahoochee National Forest in Rabun County. Now, dadgum, it is in my area, too. Should have known that. I mean, Rabun was one of my counties when I worked for the state. But, yeah, I got you. Rabun County, Glassy Mountain, yeah. Not far from me at all. I'm about maybe 25, 30 miles to your southwest. I'm down in White County, up on the side of Walker Mountain. Cragford, Alabama. Hey, Chrissy. Judy's watching us from Camp Hill this afternoon. Thank you, Facebook user. Graham, Alabama. Mickey, good to see you. Darren Finch. Let me get back up there to you. You just scrolled away on me. Darren and Dawson saying hello from Wadawi. Good to have y'all in here. Amber's watching us from Roanoke. Melissa. Hello, Melissa. Melissa Hughes. Genesis Weight Clinic in downtown Roanoke. They have been a long-time supporter of Dr. Don's Weather. We appreciate them. They can do a lot of stuff to help you out. You might want to get in touch with Miss Melissa and all the crew there at Genesis Weight Clinic in downtown Roanoke. Y'all at least stick your head in the door and say thank you, because without folks like Genesis Weight Clinic, we could not continue to do this. Mike Brewer, Rock Mills, Facebook user in Alexander City. Leela watching us in Lineville. Joanna watching us in Newell. Amy Lynn, hey here, Lynette, Alabama, good to see you. Darlene in Wadley. Rabun County, Georgia in the house. Amber saying she hopes that it doesn't get too rough for her daughter and her family in Cornelia, Georgia, just right down the road from me. Very familiar with Cornelia. We call it Carnelia up here. Big Springs, Alabama. Hey, Robin. Hello, Facebook user. Kathy Jones. Hey, here, Roanoke. Smiley face, Facebook user. Good to have all you folks in here. Appreciate you. I really do. That's what makes all this work. And so we're going to be watching this throughout the remainder of the afternoon. Will this affect West Point? Gina Waters is asking. Yes, it will. Well, now wait a minute. I say it will. It may not affect anybody. There is a better than usual possibility that we could have strong thunderstorms across East Alabama and West Georgia this afternoon. It's not a 100% guarantee. There's always a bust factor. But I got to tell you, the odds are pretty good. We'll see strong storms this afternoon. Sunny and warm in downtown Hughley. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, Jason. The hotter it gets and the longer it stays sunny, the higher the risk will be of strong storms this afternoon. You're welcome, Robin. And you're welcome, Gina. So we'll continue to watch this for you. Again, let me go back up here to the graphic. And let me go to that one. So here is the severe storm possibilities this afternoon across Alabama. And you see that enhanced risk up there in northwest Alabama. There we could expect to see 70-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. And then in that yellow area, which is most of the rest of the state of Alabama, we're looking at a slight risk area with damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. And then the green area, which is basically south of the I-85 corridor, there is the possibility of a strong or severe thunderstorm, but the risk is less likely south of the I-85 area. So that's what we're looking at this afternoon. Doesn't mean it's absolutely going to happen at everybody's house, but there is that possibility that we could get some very strong thunderstorms. Look, the weather forecasters thought that was going to happen earlier today, and it never materialized. So there's a chance that could happen here, though we are beginning to see evidence that it is in the developing phases, because you can see storms developing up here in northwest Alabama. And if I zoom out, look at that big stuff up there in Tennessee that is headed to the east, and the stuff up here around Knoxville is headed to the south. So I think it's a pretty good bet, even a better bet than anywhere else, that northeast Alabama and northwest Georgia is certainly going to see thunderstorms. I mean, they're knocking on the door right now. And then this stuff up here around Knoxville, Sevierville, back over toward Gatlinburg, moving to the southeast, could certainly get down here into northeast Georgia. Places